Hello, I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films. I got a few notes for you before the show. First, I want to thank you all for watching. We couldn't do what we do or the amount of things that we do without the support of you, the viewer. If you want to support us financially, which we always appreciate, you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, where you can donate as little as $1 a month to help us continue this and all the things that we do. I want to give a special shout out to our $25 supporters, Antitonic, Waterflame, and Samantha Bates. Second, I want to let you all know that we here at Final Show Films are planning a little get-together up at Gen Con this year. That's August 2nd through 5th up at Indianapolis. We're going to be up there just sort of hanging out, enjoying the con, spending time together, and if any of you guys want to come up and say hi, please feel free. We don't bite unless you want us to. And if you enjoy whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to, be sure to check out our website at finalshowfilms.com, where you can find links to all of our other content, both podcast and video. And be sure to follow me at John A. Bates on Twitter for more updates on all of the content we're creating in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Star Wars Afterlight Skies. I am Aaron. I am the GM for this game of Edge of the Empire Star Wars, and we're going to start by introducing the characters, starting Kat.
Ooh, I go first? Okay.
Yep.
I am Kat, and I am playing Powder, the surgical droid with issues. I shall roll some destiny. We're starting out good. 2 light side.
Okay, Jeremy?
I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Corey Tane, human outlaw tech, and there's a dark side to sort of balance things out a little. All about the balance.
Cielo?
My name is Spencer. I am playing Siola Mabok, a Twi'lek ambassador to the Rebellion, and I've got a dark side.
And Jack?
Hey everybody, I'm Jack, and I'm playing R3RN, or Rerun, the mechanic, astromech droid mechanic and saboteur currently, and I will roll my destiny to get another dark side.
Which tips us just over into darkness.
I'm the only good one today.
So you're saying it's Star Wars Into Darkness?
Oh.
I liked that movie.
I liked it too. It just wasn't Star Wars.
It is an extremely overhated movie.
I'm sorry, did you say overhated or overrated? Anyway.
Overhated.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyways, Jack, I swear I rolled for it this week.
Yes!
But Rerun is still a little bit salty about the whole betrayal and I need to kill this person thing.
We're getting close and I can taste it.
Yeah. Your strength threshold is reduced by 2. Everyone else's is reduced by 1. Ares and Praz are going off to shoot things if it becomes necessary, so the strain of the entire group has lessened a bit. By the way, we are missing this week Ares, typically played by John, our Team Mandalorian, and Praz, our Team Zabrak at Commando, who is typically played by Cody.
So basically, get into all the fights, will be just fine.
Oh, yeah, totally.
They're gonna go get into the fights over there.
Go.
But, as Ares not yet quite gone from this story, he soars through the night sky, chasing and tracking a speeder. As Powder tries to escort Corey home with some physical lifting help from Praz. And as Rerun and waits on a street corner, I think headed back to the group.
Mm-hmm.
And Cielo, you've been left to essentially guard the ship. It seems that they want to do some recon and determine where these bases of operation for the I believe Rerun was specific about this.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially underground racing ring that your current murder target runs may have its operations.
All right. So I'm just on the ship, kind of. I've just been hanging out, waiting for them to do their things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. Is there anything you wanted to get done either on the way here or while you have the ship to yourself with the group
gone? No, I mean, I don't think there was anything I had to do at all. So I guess I just was reading the whole time.
Okay. Well, at some point soon after that, Corey, it's been most of the day. Corey, he sort of, I believe you're still, no, you're probably still being carried, huh?
Yeah, I believe we were bringing Corey back because Corey was a bit wasted.
Corey had a little too much to drink.
Corey
Yeah.
oh my God.
Exactly.
Corey got absolutely wasted.
Yep. Mandalorian drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Praz will sort of help carry Corey into the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I assume Rerun was headed back as well?
Yep. Waiting to hear from Ares.
Yep. So you managed to meet up with them sort of on the route back, and you all arrive back at your base.
How drunk is she?
Very.
Is everything okay with Corey?
She just needs to sleep it off.
I don't know that we have time for that.
Let me see what I can do. And I will bring her into the med bay and see if there's any sort of anything that could be used
Corey?
What?
Sorry. Powder wants to bring you to the med bay.
Yes, no, that's fine. She's not fighting any of it.
All right.
She's still busy looking at vaguely swaying back and forth as she's looking over her plans for an improved jetpack.
Actually, Rerun, you can make me a mechanics check to identify this.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
2 as its technology you're pretty familiar with.
Okay.
We'll need to test it out.
1 success, 1 threat.
That's pretty fitting. It's definitely the makings of a jetpack sketch.
Need to test it out first.
You're not sure about the fuel numbers.
Maybe with a cat.
You fucker.
Wow.
That's
just
interesting.
Are we on the clock for something?
It's gonna be. So it was talking about how they had jetpack, and I figured I could make a better one. And obviously it's just a rough sketch. Well, we're fine, and then whoa, room.
Yes. Is there
Prez, stop spinning me around.
As I already set you down, Corey. You're standing.
Are
Powder
you sure?
will
'Cause
ask.
I feel like. Are we? Did we take off? Are we doing a barrel roll?
She is going to need a
The
good
ship
night's
is
sleep
not ready for barrel rolls.
and some water.
Yeah, I was gonna say Powder will ask Prez to lay Corey down
lot of
while
water.
they go to get coffee and water.
Come on, just lay back. It's okay.
Siolo, Ares is
And just whoomp.
Yeah.
Yeah, Powder will head to the kitchen, get.
You know,
nice
there's a
cup of water.
bed here.
Mug
I
of
just found
coffee.
it.
Ares is tracking one of our persimmons, and he is going to report back as it's a fairly good lead on the. Did I just say persimmons?
Yeah.
Targets. He is tracking one of our targets, and I believe.
I heard targets.
Good. I said targets. I believe it can. He should be able to follow her to hopefully where Chenguska's hiding. But we need to be ready to go.
On her, Ares said that he was going to sort of back off and let her think that she's safe, and then once she thinks she's safe, follow her to wherever she goes,
Yep.
which will presumably be their base.
So we are waiting for now, but we will need to be ready to go at a moment's notice.
Well, unless you're wanting to leave Corey behind,
We need to
not
fix
be
her.
able-
We need to purge her systems.
doesn't quite work that way.
Hold on, I think I feel a perk coming on.
As Praz very much backs out of the room, already having expressed his views on that particular aspect of drunken people.
Yeah.
Rerun, even if we detox Corey, she's still going to be suffering the after effects of being, well, drunk.
You organics do strange things with your spare time.
That is so true. Still, that doesn't change the fact that Corey will be not 100%.
Powder, do you have anything that you can modify her chemistry with?
Iolo just laughs out loud at that statement.
Yes, actually.
It's a scary statement. Scary. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes. I actually still have the bottle of pain pills.
That will help.
Oh yes, drinking and drugs together is. I'm sure that medically that's a great. Yeah,
She
fantastic.
might need them in the morning.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
right now, though.
Not right this second. No, like I said, Powder went and got coffee and water. And I'm sure we have some sort of. Like, I have an anesthetic, but I don't think that would work.
You can roll me a medicine check difficulty of 1, I guess.
Okay.
This is a fairly common medical problem.
Especially among this crew.
A single advantage.
Yeah, though, see, Powder has probably seen Lux drunk the most often.
Lux could hold her
goes off
liquor.
and does inadvisable things when she's drunk. Actually, Corey does too, but Corey's involve explosions.
Yeah.
That's
Wait,
much better.
no, that's not true. Lux exploded a few things. So with one advantage,
Like hacked.
okay, Lux's bad decisions led to explosions.
Yes.
With one advantage, the medically safest thing to do, this you sort of know even with a no successes, no failures roll, is to give her the time, space. You probably want to make sure she has some water, that she stays hydrated, maybe something with electrolytes, and let her sleep. And like, if this happens on a perpetual basis, in a while it can lead to liver damage and stuff like that, but like, an immediate medical intervention you could accomplish, but it would not be the safer option.
Adrenaline shot.
Yeah, I don't have any of that.
That'll do it.
How much did she have? Corey, do you remember how much you drank?
Powder
It
will pull out a
5.
bottle.
It was more than 3
It was 5.
and less than 12.
I really wanted Corey to just point at the puddle on the floor and be like, "Not much."
Corey to drink the what was the equivalent term John used? I don't know alcohol stuff.
It's fruit moonshine.
Right.
Yes.
Because
5?
Powder bought a bottle
The
of
very sweet, doesn't taste like alcohol, incredibly alcoholic shit.
Right. Now 5 shots or 5, like, 4 fingers glasses.
I believe it was 5 glasses.
I thought it was shots, but I was over at the bar.
That is so much if it's glasses.
Oh,
Well,
A lot, because
that'd make
the
me
premise
blackout
of this
drunk.
the premise of this particular drink, as it was described to me, is essentially it tastes sweet. It tastes like juice. You don't really taste the alcohol
Right.
until it starts affecting you, which does take a little bit of time.
And then, whammo!
And then you're sketching designs for your Rocket Cat based
Which is adorable,
Rocket
by
Cat
the way.
based army, and
It's called Tahar. That's what it was called.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Either way, I think Corey's gonna need to sleep this one off. Now, I'm not a doctor, so that's a grain of salt, but from at least an organics point of view, I think she's gonna need to sleep.
Rerun swivels to look at Powder.
Would I think about okay, so I have an anesthetic that would basically render her unconscious.
Oh man.
Would that be the same thing as sleeping in this instance?
so
I mean,
this varies
eventually
from
she'll just...
GM to GM, but I'm gonna say you could theoretically knock her out with a stun gun or knock her out with a it's mechanically the same thing. You could do something that reduces her strain to 0, at which point she would fall unconscious. But that's not going to be a very healing unconsciousness. That's
Right.
going to be that's potentially going to make the problem worse and probably not make the problem better.
Like neurological problems, probably.
I mean, stun guns are regularly used in the Star Wars universe without psychological effect.
I wasn't talking about a stun gun, though. I was talking about anesthetic.
Like, you're talking about a tranquilizer. Yes, giving tranquilizers to a drunk person.
Yeah, I'm the GM. I answer this primarily from a in-universe perspective. Primarily from a perspective also if you rolled 1 advantage on your medicine check. I'm answering from a mechanics perspective. Technically, you'd end up with a rest, but it would probably have to take longer because you first have to sleep through whatever tranks you were given, and then you have to sleep through the alcohol.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. The medically safest solution is just to let Corey fall asleep.
Rerun,
Sorry, I
do
just
you...
had a really bad idea. I was like, okay, so neuroparalytic then. Got it.
Oh goodness.
All right, Dr. Murray.
Rerun, do you
Well,
have
You know.
any possible just ballparked idea of when we'll get that call from Ares?
At any moment.
At any moment.
Still looking at Powder. Waiting for an answer.
Powder has coffee and has water. and has already said that Corey's going to have to sleep it off.
Wait,
I
are
don't
you
know-
offering Corey coffee?
No,
Okay,
that's right.
good.
So she is required to sleep.
Yes.
Bitch fucking mother, god damn it, son of a ashtard!
Exactly. And Powder will hand the water to Corey.
At that very colorful statement, Glass will poke at her head around. Is there anything you need assistance with?
Can you get somebody not drunk quickly?
She'll ponder that for a moment.
Stop playing with it and
It's
drink
not
it.
advisable, but I can.
Why is it not advisable?
Corey, just drink the water.
Sorry.
Kyle is just watching in amusement at this point.
Sorry, for those who only listen to this, Corey has, in succession, sniffed the glass to see what it is, dipped a finger in it and touched it to her tongue, and then just sort of poured a little on her tongue to see what it tastes like. She's very curious and
She's in her exploratory drunk
analytical
phase.
at the moment.
Yeah.
Fine. He drinks it.
Corey drinks like an engineering major.
Yep.
Um,
Well, it doesn't smell like hydrochloric acid, but you can never really be sure.
yeah. The glass will, well, it's better for the body's natural processes to take care of these sorts of things.
Yes.
Agreed.
Natural processes are inefficient, and he just wheels himself out of the room.
Yes.
So who are we... Remind me again, who are we chasing down? Powder, Praz, do y'all know?
The
Praz will
person
sort of
who
point his
owned
staff at
Rerun?
Rerun and call me when shooting needs to happen.
the person who owned Rerun for a while.
Stole from the other room.
Yes.
Yeah,
That.
See.
that.
Do we have any reason to believe, once Ares finds wherever this individual is hiding, that they will leave overnight?
Powder kind of shrugs.
How long range are, like, the ship comms? Could I
The
contact
ship
Ares?
comms, you can, if you're comfortable using frequencies that have relays that might be less secure, they can reach most of the adjacent sort of systems, the subsector, essentially. If you aren't comfortable using that capability, wait, no, that was your old ship. Your new ship has about the range of within your current system. Your personal comms have about the range of a planet.
Okay. So, would it be possible for me then just to calm Ares just for just a quick
Yeah.
ETA, kind of question?
Sure.
Because if so, yeah, I'll just calm Ares and just ask him any update on the chase.
Well, she seems to have retreated somewhere for now. Doesn't seem like a base, but I'll keep watch on it. We've still got her speeder tagged.
Okay. We'll be down Corey if anything happens and we have to act impulsively. Were y'all expecting needing Corey's unique abilities?
Well, I don't know about Corey's unique abilities, but you've got the guns you need if you plan to go and shoot a place up.
Okay. All right. Just keep us updated, and then I'll turn the comm off.
Roger that, or whatever John would say. That John has very specific idioms for Aries.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been on the ship all day, so unless y'all have some other plan, I'm just assuming we're staying on the ship until Corey sobers up.
It is like... Praz will probably point this out. It is night at this point. You've been out for the better part of a day exploring the town and finding various things.
Rerun will grumble his way over to an alcove and put himself in standby mode.
Yeah.
Unless he sees Rainbow Butterfly Sunshine on the way.
You probably don't see her on the way.
Okay.
So, sleep then, I'm gathering? Sleep, everyone?
At
Yes.
this point, Corey's already passed out.
Good.
Alright, I will
Yes, get rest.
carry Corey to...
No, leave Corey in the...
Corey does not actually have her own room.
Yeah, she's in the
This
med bay.
is her room.
Oh, you just want to leave her in the med bay? Okay.
Yeah, med bay.
Yeah,
Yes,
she's in the
this
med
is
bay.
the med bay, so this is not her room, but
Yeah.
her room is the...
Her
Adjacent.
workshop.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Her room might not be the safest place to sleep while drunk.
No.
Probably not.
She's staying in the med bay so that Powder can keep an eye on her while she's sleeping, because Powder doesn't need to sleep.
Powder
Get out.
needs to power down the same way Rerun does.
Yes, but Powder can stay up a little bit and make sure that everything is okay.
Alright. Then I'll, at bare minimum, I'll go get her a blanket and
Okay.
bring her a blanket, then go to bed.
You know, you can probably find... No, Rerun trashed all that stuff. Yeah, there's a few rooms that are unoccupied that you can grab a blanket from.
Yeah. Worst case, I'll give her my bed sheet and just sleep with my clothes on.
There's plenty of rooms that have stuff.
We have a ship full of rooms.
Yeah.
You have a ship full of rooms. You paid to have it furnished.
Exactly.
Alright, so then we go to sleep.
The dismantling of furnishings comes free.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Powder
though
will-
I think you trashed all of the stuff that was in there that wasn't useful for projects.
I trashed anything that was actually attached, like bolted down. Any, loose stuff, like blankets and things, I probably would have just chucked out in the hall.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
you did.
They probably
I
have
watched.
ended up in some closet and no one's quite sure who put them there anymore.
Yeah, it's just scraped together, balled up in a bulkhead somewhere.
Yeah, probably. Powder will watch Corey for at least like an hour or two, make sure she doesn't, like vomit in her sleep and choke out or something.
No, she seems reasonably
Push her on the side.
stable.
Yeah, and then make sure that there's like water and
She's not in any real danger. She
Stuff.
was just pretty damn drunk at this
Yeah.
point. Like,
just making sure that there's like water and whatever is needed for hangover cure stuff for
Yep.
when she wakes up, and then Powder will just go to their corner and do the power down thing.
yep. Okay.
Sleep mode.
So-
activate.
Doodaloo, doodaloo, doodaloo.
You all, in your various capacities, sleep. Rerun, as you're running through your power cycle, you're sort of backup processing the stuff that happens when you're in this cycle. Well, that could be equated to dreams, but is a lot more hypothetical, arithmetic. It's a process of being sure all the data is encoded in long-term storage on your backups, and using that same data to speculate forwards.
Right.
You're trying to think of all of the guns, all of the explosions, all of the things that you could do. It's limited a bit by that you don't have a location. So you transplant this into other locations you're familiar with. the possibility of bases you've previously been to, even the ones you've scouted out as improbable.
Mm-hmm.
And where you could put the wiring, what sort of level of explosion might it level it. And how you can bring this torment upon your memories down.
Yeah, no, he'll utilize whatever idle processing power he has in order to attempt to tactically analyze him. He's not great at it, but
Yeah. It's probably not the most helpful thing, but it is a little bit cathartic to be like, I'm going to blow him up, I'm going to shoot him, I'm going to electrocute him so many times.
all of the above. Multiple.
Above.
Cool.
And before everyone wakes up, Corey,
Mm-hmm.
for the first while your dreams are that sort of blacked out of, you probably haven't gotten a great night's sleep in a while because you've had a lot of caffeine in your system.
Right.
And so for a long time you're just sort of in that blacked out, completely unconscious sleep. And then you're sort of aware within that sleep for just sort of pressing back on it, experimenting with pulling yourself into some sort of dream or another.
Mm-hmm.
And your mind wanders towards that plaque you saw of your of what may have been your family's business. You head up the stairs through some sort of beaded curtain. There's this rocking chair that seems to move all on its own. And a loud wind that whistles through the top floor of this building that seems to have the more open Corellian architecture.
Okay.
There's bits and pieces of something, some machine on the floor, just like cogs and bits that you can, even a little bit within this surreal atmosphere, you can tell these make something.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of start trying to put it together, at least, if not put the pieces all together, lay them out so you can see what they become.
Right. Okay.
And as you're just on the edge of figuring it out, this is something advanced. This is something cool. Something you haven't gotten to try yourself yet. As you're just getting to the point where you're figuring out what it is, you're figuring out how it works, you find yourself waking up.
Ah! Ow! Ow!
And that.
There's a big pitcher of water and some pain pills
How
on the table next to you.
everything.
And a pot of coffee being brewed.
I think my hair follicles hurt. How is that possible? And she's just gonna sit there for a bit.
Side
Ow.
turns the corner screaming, "Good morning to you! Good morning!" Just singing.
Powder
and-
punches you in the face.
Oh, come on, we all have to have our annoying drunk wake up. How are we feeling this morning?
I didn't realize that toenails had pain receptors.
Sounds like a good night then.
Was it? I'm not sure.
Well, you're in good
I will
hands.
point to the water. Drink.
Yeah, I'll drink.
I have to want to move first. Give me a minute.
When Rerun powers up, first thing he'll do is call Ares.
Hey. Still no movement on your girl.
Where is she now, then?
Some sort of residence complex. She went right there afterwards. I've staked out the place. Doesn't seem to be any kind of front.
Does it seem there are others inside?
Yeah. Though, again, it seems like this may just be her house.
How confident are you in that assessment?
I am a Mandalorian bounty hunter, sir.
This is true.
That voice is
No,
not canon.
I'm
I'm trust.
confident.
Oh,
Besides, this is right where she ran, and she wouldn't go anywhere incriminating until she was sure I was off her tail.
right. Well, we will be at the ship if you need us. I might see about acquiring us some spelunkers soon. Speeders. Speeders is what I meant. We will wait to hear. Beep.
Got it.
And then go looking for Sunshine.
She's easy enough to find. She seems to sort of be experimenting with turning, which is still a little challenging, but much easier than it was previously.
He'll go and he'll address her in binary. How are you feeling?
Peachy. Better.
Good. I should have asked before, what is your designation?
Rainbow Butterfly Sunshine.
Can I analyze to see if that's like a leftover glitch or if that's actually what she's trying to say?
Roll me a computer's difficulty 2.
Okay.
Or a cool check difficulty 2. Either one.
I'm much better at computers. To advantage.
It's not any sort of glitch that you are visibly picking up on the effects of.
Okay.
And there's like a little bit of an amused beep. I like it. I picked it and I like it.
Then that is what is to be used.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been with this ship?
I have all my records, but the exact times are tricky. I've been with them since Nar Shaddaa.
What happened before
The
then?
pointy one and the one that always seems to be bringing you things.
Right. Where were you before that?
Swoop pits, essentially.
Have you heard of Chenguska?
Yeah, he was well, it was his license, his gang. Jez just ran a few small things for him.
Do you know where he would run if he was worried or trying to hide?
No, sorry. I know him, but I didn't endeavor. Not like he would have talked to me, but I didn't ever meet him. I know I know Jez and our 3NB were going to track him down with the one with the sniper rifle.
Yes. Okay.
So he'd probably try and run wherever an assassin droid couldn't follow.
Does that ping any ideas in Rerun's mind? Like, I mean, because the entire point of an assassin droid is they can pretty much get and be anywhere.
Yeah. The things that... You know what? Roll me a... Let's make it skullduggery.
Okay.
Difficulty of 3, as
Okay.
this is not... There may be things that come up for you, but...
Okay. 1 success, 2 advantage. Oh, whoops. Sorry, that only said 2 for a minute. Let me re-roll that.
Yep, thank you for catching that.
No problem. 2 successes.
With 2 successes, the first thing that pings for Rerun is there are a few... Rerun would be very pointedly aware of this. There are some places that are no droids allowed.
Mm-hmm.
And that potentially could be... I mean, some of that is just bigoted bartenders, stuff like that. But some of that is actually, that's the only practical way to get rid of, to not have an assassin droid come in.
Right. Just no droids, period.
No droids, period. Because Rerun would be very aware, you couldn't necessarily... A well-made assassin droid, you couldn't tell from a standard droid of a similar make and model.
Right. But you'll still be able to tell them apart from organics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the... Now that you think about it, potential exception of glass, there aren't any droids you're aware of that present as organic.
Right. And Rerun's not entirely sure that glass could be classified as a droid either.
No. She definitely, has a level of... She definitely has a level of... She is almost as cybernetic as she is organic at this point. So there's a level of passing privilege to that, but...
Right. She's on the spectrum.
Quite a droid. She is definitively a clone. She's definitively augmented. But whether or not she's a droid is really up for interpretation.
Okay. Cool. Well, thank you. I hope the repairs have you feeling better.
I want new wheels. I want shinier wheels. I'll
How
have
shiny?
to get some money.
How shiny are you thinking?
Neon pink. Neon
Affirmative.
pink, preferably with glitter. Like I said, I need money. I don't think they make those.
Custom cosmetic finishing is not outside the realm of possibility. Which is about as nice a thing as you can get from a droid. So this is probably what Siolo runs in on. 2 astromechs beeping at each other.
Yeah.
I speak binary, so I would
Okay.
understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone but Aries speaks binary.
Yep.
So yeah, I would totally wait and just let them finish their conversation before butting in. So.
Yep.
So, boss, what's the plan today?
Well, intelligence gathering, possibly acquiring transit, and waiting to see if she moves.
I see. Anything we can be doing while we wait for those pieces of the puzzle to fall into place?
How good are you at finding jobs?
Pretty good at interviewing and being interviewed, if that's what you're asking.
If you find any leads on single ship, 4 to 5 man transit or hunt jobs, I would appreciate being notified.
Alright, may I ask what this job would be for? That might help narrow down what I'm looking for.
I have responsibilities, and the other crew needs leads on employment.
Who's looking for a job?
The Moon
Me?
Tracker. And
Ah,
Rainbow Butterfly Sunshine is.
I see. Okay, yeah, I can do some job hunting, I guess.
Or you can give me your new fancy wheels.
I could probably spray paint them. I don't know if that's what you'd want, though.
Are you good enough at spray painting to make sure they actually still work?
I would have you know that my finger painting back in grade school was often hung on Mama's fridge. So I believe the answer is yes.
Does Rerun have any concept of what finger painting is?
If you don't, you're kind of cued in by Glass, who just stops and kind of stares as though assessing Siolo with serious academic interest. Then, I'm sorry, is this a... I may have to ask you questions later about specifics of Twilight traditions around artistry, because...
Have you ever never finger painted before?
Sorry, I had to zone out. I had to zone out for a second. Is Corey in the room?
No.
No, this is elsewhere. I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Yep.
Because Corey would have things to
Corey
say.
and Powder are still in
Still
the med
in.
bay.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you wanted to have moved on.
Working through a hangover.
This is still pretty early that morning, so.
Cool. No worries.
Have you never finger painted before?
I have memories of doing so. It's simply, I don't know if I'd transfer those as applicable artistic merit for droid part modding.
Well, if we end up having nothing to do this afternoon, I now know exactly what we're doing. So, Rerun, I will do my best to find some jobs. I guess if anything comes up related to the mission at hand, though, let me know.
Immediately.
As I am kind of twiddling my thumbs today, as I kind of scurry off towards a computer.
Glass will, for Rerun and Rainbow's benefit, finger painting is a children's activity. Typically undertaken to teach basic shapes for those too young to confidently use a pen or a brush, where the fingers are the instrument for the paint. And
that is much less disturbing than what I had originally envisioned.
There are, of course, cultures and specific artistic traditions that use finger painting as a medium for more complex or advanced more complex compositions, usually with a specific meaning about the body.
They usually did not put those up on Mama's fridge, though.
Yeah. So,
Sorry, I'm not there.
yeah. Not really.
I find Solo to be a interesting occurrence in my ongoing organics analysis. He is something of an outlier.
He is. He is also not a... It may seem stereotypical, but I think it may be true in Sayolo's case. He's not a warrior. He's an artist. A speaker.
A protocol organic. Interesting.
Actually, yes.
Well, they had to come up with the idea for protocol droids from somewhere.
There's nothing else you need.
Thank you for the information.
She will head off. She's a professional appraiser, guys.
Yes, she is. All right. Rerun will go send his sort of daily check-in message to the Moontracker crew. Basically, on Corellia, we'll let you know what I find for you here. Shout if you need anything.
A sort of response comes back. Basically, we've got a few different job options. Do you want us to head that way or stick to our own routes? A little close for comfort in terms of mid-rim and core worlds, but...
Unless I come up with something suitably enticing, feel free to stay out where it's safe.
Thank you very much. I forget who was sending those messages to you, but...
It would have probably been Dyla.
Okay, that makes sense for Dyla.
Yeah. She's sort of the talker of the group.
Yeah. But, like, it's also very possible that one or two of the others were looking over her shoulder and or yelling responses at her.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair as well.
You know. So, having had that check-in, Corey, you've had some time to recover.
Yes.
You've had food, possibly coffee, definitely painkillers. You're doing okay. You might want to murder Ares a little bit, but...
Yeah, no, that's fine. I went into that knowing I was potentially getting myself in shit.
Eyes wide open.
Yep.
Yep.
You know what they say? You don't dive to the floor if you don't expect a little shit on your face every now and then.
Rerun will spool his way down there then eventually. If we need to move quickly, should we steal a speeder? Just in case.
Is there somewhere? Can we find somewhere that it's okay to steal? I've got no problems with that. Is there somewhere that would be doable without making it harder for us to do whatever it is we're gonna do?
We need a
How
few
would
of
it
them.
make us harder?
Because then it would get When you steal things, then the police start chasing.
Oh, yes, that is a thing.
Didn't we have a speeder? Or was that in the other ship?
That was in
That
the
was
other
in
ship.
the other ship.
That was
You
the other
sold that when you were trying
And
to
then
get
it goes
That's
from
right. That's
and then
right.
it goes from 1 police star on your HUD to 2 to
Mhm.
3 to
Eventually
4.
tanks
and then,
show up.
And
yeah.
eventually you're doing that Hitman thing where you're just jabbing everyone in the face with the same animation
Yes.
in this really surrealist thing with whatever screwdriver you have left over.
Yes.
Oh dear God.
Yes.
Hey, I'm all
Right.
down for you guys having a surreal murder spree. Just it will have negative implications.
Don't let Rockstar fool you, by the way. You can't just get out of a car, hijack another car, and then the police don't find you.
Oh, Aaron, did you ever do the calculations for how much money we won betting on
I know.
Praz?
I still need to do that.
Okay. Never mind then.
I found out like an hour in advance that your wallet wasn't going to be here this week.
That's fair.
That is fair. Yeah.
Because Praz has a shit ton of money, even though he lost a fair bit of it on bets.
Mm-hmm.
No, not a fair bit of it. He still has quite a lot of money.
Yep. Okay. In that case, then,
Like, what is our goal? What are we here to? I know we're here to kill someone, rerun, but what is our goal to get to that point?
that is why Ares is tracking her. The woman knows Chenguska, or at least knows fairly closely of him, and is affiliated, it seems, with the gang that the Doug ran.
Is she our only tie?
Currently, she is our only known affiliated lead. But she has a speeder and we are on foot.
Do we know where any of his gangs race, populate, hang out?
We visited the bar they liked yesterday, which is where we found her.
Well, the bar that likes them, but
Oh,
yeah.
yes, right. Mm-hmm.
Damn, I wish I would have been with you.
You seem tired.
Yeah, I would have suggested we, try to infiltrate, send someone to join the gang, and then get information that way. That way we're not reliant upon somebody else. Is that still viable?
Possibly. The reason she is scared and running is because when she was giving me a ride, she saw Ares following.
Yeah, that would scare just about anyone.
So if Ares keeps his distance and is able to get us a location, we can send someone else who does not appear to be armored and armed as much, maybe?
I see.
Someone who isn't a jetpacking Mandalorian following your speeder.
Yes, that. Someone who is not the equivalent of an F-14 following you back through evening traffic.
Yeah. Yeah.
On your Schwinn.
I was gonna go with the Vespa, but
Well, I guess we're waiting.
Yes, unless you can find out where the green and gold colored swoop bike gangs do all their business in this city.
I would expect Ares or Prize to have those contacts, not me.
Ares managed to find a few links, which got us to the bar.
I see.
But at that point, we didn't see anybody besides her who was terribly associated. We could always go back and see if there's new people there today.
So just as a correction, you ran back into Alvad, who's a avid fan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the super fan was there.
And
yep. Mm-hmm.
the reason that you went to the girl you did was because she at least from what you could tell from Alvad's conversation with her, she is a member of the group.
Right.
You would also know, or at least Corey was kind of out of it. Powder at least would definitively know that after you basically distracted her, he went to go talk to other people associated with the same group.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Just like immediately afterwards at the bar.
Okay, let's play the waiting game then, I guess.
All right.
Okay.
So, after about 30 more minutes, I just giving you last call for someone to say I need to do something before the next scene happens.
Nope, I'm good.
I know you guys.
Corey
Rerun, you'll
is-
get Aries will beep in. Hey, seems like she's moving. Or rather, she moved. I felt like it contacting you when she started moving might scare her off again.
Good. Where
And
did
he'll
she
give you
land?
some coordinates.
Okay.
It seems like they run through the underground a little bit, or he's just a little worried about me tracking her. She doesn't seem to have found the tracker. The front's some sort of parlor. Looks like they specialize in fortune telling and take bets for games and races.
Gambling and fortune telling.
Yep. But they've got green and gold out front, and this is where this girl ran after she thought she was in the clear. So if it's a good enough lead for you, you want me to go in? You want to come by yourselves?
We will stay on this if you can watch from a distance and provide backup if needed.
Got it. Hey, bring me the specifies gun here. That's the one I have for long range.
Is it safe to go in your room?
It's in the armory.
Oh,
Don't go in my room.
right. And
That is my
Rerun.
version of Ares Artino's voice. But
and rerun.
I really liked when it was Southern briefly.
I
Rerun.
only go there when I'm trying to do one of those things that's Ares getting excited. Also, that wasn't supposed to be Southern. That was supposed to be Mandalorian.
I'm aware.
Okay.
And rerun wheels back into where everybody else is, and in his best Danny Ocean impression says, "We have a location!" And he will pass along the information Ares provided to everybody, including what's there, and open it up
Right.
for tactical analysis.
So we're getting information from this girl about the location? Is that all we need?
Well, hopefully she is at the location, but if she is not, then information would be best if we can acquire it.
I guess what I'm really asking is, what do y'all need to know to be able to kill this man?
Where he is, first off.
Right.
What his security and defenses are like, if he has any patterns.
Hopefully this girl knows a lot then.
Is the building that she is in accessible to the public?
It is a front, a gambling hall, fortune-telling location, so I assume yes.
Yeah, it should be fairly easy to get into.
We may want to do some research on current sporting events to determine what pretend bets we might, or someone might place.
Yeah, we need to come up with an alias. Someone who's going to go in and...
Powder will turn to Ciolo. I believe your expertise may be best in this situation. I should stay with the ship. I am too slow to help.
I mean, I can do whatever. Just tell me what you need.
What other information did we have on this girl? Is she tied to this gang at all? Or
Do you guys need a refresher out of character?
Rerun will share what he knows of Avalara. She's a Twi'lek. She's connected to Chenguska's gang. She's affiliated with them. He was able to ascertain that she's got, obviously, more influence than Alvad did, in that she's, actually a member of or knows the people on the team rather than just being a huge fan and trying to buy them.
Yes, what else you know is that when you mentioned Chenguska, because you went up and did your little dumb droid impression.
Yep.
When you mentioned Chenguska, she indicated that he wasn't in charge, was out of power, and offered to take you to the person who was currently in charge,
Yes.
when you kept persisting. She didn't do that after the Mandalorian started following you, but...
Because she got scurred.
Yeah.
Oh, and...
You also know the swoop bike around back wasn't hers.
Right. She was in a speeder. Oh, and before we head out, Rerun is going to rig himself up a little bit of a disguise, if possible. Can he make something that is basically non-effective, but from the outside looks like a restraining bolt?
Yeah, probably.
Cool.
I'm just a little worried that since we scared her and she has ties to the gang, that if this conversation goes poorly, that she will have other gang members with her.
Probably.
So I would not like to go in by myself, is the point I'm
I
getting
think
at.
that would be a terrible idea.
So, where are the
Powder,
big
I
guns?
think you should come along in case Siolo gets shot.
Powder will kind of stare at you blankly for a moment.
Field medicine. That's a thing.
Yes, that does make sense. Okay.
We will have Praz go in with you.
Okay, and does she recognize Praz? Does she know
Praz
who he is?
Was at the bar with us.
But I do not believe she saw any
But
of
I
the
don't-
rest of you.
Yeah, I
So
don't
if I-
think so.
She didn't seem to tie Rerun to the rest of you guys at the moment, no.
So if I went in acting like somebody else looking to join the gang, get information, blah 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 blah, and Praz was with me.
I do not think they will connect you to the scary Mandalorian she saw yesterday.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take my normal jacket off and go ask Praz for just some normal street clothes.
I feel like Praz would have a snarky comment about that, but he'll give you something because he's not here right now.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, so I just don a more urban-esque look.
Mechanically speaking, you're just, in terms of armor, you're currently wearing heavy clothing, if anything.
Oh yeah, that's my normal.
Okay. Yeah.
Or, well,
so
normally I have
mechanically,
armored
it wouldn't be
clothing.
different then. I just wanted to clarify that I don't think Praz has extra armor anymore. I think he sold that all.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Rerun will
that's-
grab the requested gun.
Yep.
let's-
I'm assuming you guys have something long range. It's not important. It's fine. Yeah.
Will you need him to make a roll to rig up a fake restraining bolt?
Yeah. So, I guess part of the question is, are you doing this alone, or are you asking for other mechanic?
He'll ask Corey to help
Yep.
if she doesn't mind.
Not at all.
Alright.
Avalara looked to see if I had a bolt yesterday and did not see one. If I can avoid her, but some of the other members of the gang find me, it might be helpful to have a pretend one in place to allay further suspicion.
Oh, that's a piece of cake.
All right. So yeah.
I may have done some study on the idea of how to fuck up restraining bolts in my time. For reasons.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
given that one of you makes a difficulty 1 mechanics check with a additional upgrade for skilled assistance.
Oh dear God. Okay.
Do you want to do it, Corey?
Sure.
Okay.
Come on, Jeremy. Somehow roll failures.
We've got that box of spare parts.
Mechanics.
Should
Yeah,
probably spin a light
you're
side just
probably
in case.
grabbing some stuff out of that if that's cool with you guys.
Yeah.
So that is 3 successes and 3 advantages.
Yeah, you find something that's roughly the right size and color. You load it up with not the same tech, but like essentially you can use this as a one-use distress beacon to the group's comm system.
Oh, okay.
But load
So
it
it's
up with tech, which will make it look like something that actually does something, because it does, just not the same
Right.
thing.
it's a one-use panic button instead. Brilliant.
Yeah. Not a restraining bolt. It's I wandered really far from the group and I now need some pickup bolt.
Help.
Or shit, I'm in a room with a whole bunch of guys with guns bolt.
It's an enabling bolt.
Yes! Excellent. We should patent these, Corey.
Let's make our
Unless
way, I
there's
guess.
anything else you want it to do, that roll will definitely make it pretty hard to tell that it's not what it looks like.
Nope.
I mean, I think that's probably good. No need to get greedy on this.
Yep. Riran will grab some whatever and stick it on his chassis.
Yep. It'll also be easy enough to remove if you want to, but like logistically removing it will probably require someone else because it's very hard to do with just an arm.
Yeah.
It's like reaching your back.
Right.
Not easy.
What if we put just like some kind of spring mechanism in there where at the right moment, if you need to remove it, you can just activate something that'll just pop it out. I mean, ideally, that's not going to be a concern, but just on the off chance that you need to get rid of it right away and none of us are around.
Might be helpful.
So, I believe one of you, I'm not sure which, or maybe both of you, have the thing that allows you to give things extra hard points.
Yes, I do.
So technically, a fake restraining bolt doesn't have any hard points, but I'll say you can make me another easy mechanics check with assistance if you would like to
Sure.
essentially use its hard point that you give it for that. If that seems fair.
What is that, 7 successes?
Yep.
Yes, Rerun, you can not only disattach this, but easily reattach it to yourself at any time.
Okay. Cool.
Basically, you can take it on and off just as easily as like putting on a hat.
Right.
You now have the equivalent of that fake arm that Johnny Depp has.
Yes. Fucking A. It's just sitting
So
there
now
on the
if you
table
run into
holding a
that same
fork.
woman again,
Yep, just be
you
like,
can pop
"Boink."
it back off. Yeah,
Yeah,
beautiful.
because for the record, that was 6 successes, I believe.
I think
Yep.
that was
7.
7.
No, that was
7.
7 successes,
Mm-hmm.
which is technically an exceptional success plus.
Right.
It
Awesome
also
sauce.
has a small explosive chart. No, I'm kidding.
That would have required advantages and more hard points than you can
Yeah,
get.
yeah, I know.
And probably some triumphs as well.
Well, so
I managed
successes
to
let you
fit,
do what you're trying to do. Advantages give you other cool stuff.
Yes,
Yep.
I managed to fit a thermal detonator in here. You're like, I am never ever wearing that.
Are you kidding? He would be like, can you make 12 more?
Uh-huh.
Because I'm going to go through these things like candy.
It's like a small little thermal detonator rocket launcher, really.
Ping! Boom! Anyway. So yeah, once we're all kitted up, we will head to the fortune-telling gambling den place. Load up,
All right.
children.
Yep.
We still don't have a speeder.
So
You still don't have a speeder.
is
but
Corey
you
staying
all-
behind then to watch the ship?
Who what?
Is Corey staying behind to watch the ship?
No.
I mean, I feel
Or
like
is
we
Tim-
have.
is coming with
I
us?
feel like we have a
Praz will
Mandalore.
stay behind
Yeah.
to watch the ship. Dear God.
Yeah.
No, wait, we needed Praz to
I don't
accompany
get it.
Siolo.
Yeah, I don't care if nobody stays. I mean, we can always
Yeah,
ask
no, I was-
Glass to watch the ship, I
Right.
guess. But, you know,
Rerun will suggest we leave Glass and Rainbow behind and put the ship in, like, hard seal lockdown as we head out.
Oh,
You just hear a boop boop as we walk away.
Right. Beep, beep.
all right. I just know what happened the last time we left the ship unattended.
It's not unattended.
I was gonna say, not this one, but still. It wasn't unattended then. Technically, Rerun was on it.
That is
so
fair.
yeah. Anyway.
About how long do we have, or guessing, but before we reach these coordinates?
Less than half an hour, unless there's. Is there anything you want to do on the way?
Not on the way, just enough time that Siolo has time to plan his strategy and incorporate or give directive as far as who he thinks is most helpful where.
Sure. Sayolo?
Yeah, so I think it'd be important to have obviously Praz nearby, but Rerun needs to be nearby, as Rerun's going to be my main source of information about the gang and who I'm looking for, that sort of thing. And probably just going to have Corey and Powder probably just be kind of people in the background, if that makes sense. So just, you are just kind of people who are near, almost, you know, like in a scene where someone's being investigated by
Right.
the FBI and the gardener's really an FBI agent, the
Uh-huh.
telephone dude is the FBI agent. That's what I want Corey and Powder to do.
Okay. Sounds like fun.
So if shit hits the fan, they're nearby. We all can help each other if need be.
Cool.
Team sport.
Team sport.
And break.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright.
Let's find a bar to set up. No.
It's a gambling hall. I guarantee
need-
there's a bar inside.
We need a
Right.
fan. We
You
need a
know
van.
what? I'm more thinking of like Lando in that fanged mask thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
from Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey slowly takes them, looks suspiciously, then puts the mask back on. Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Did we look up any sporting events before we left?
Oh, that's right. We
you.
were gonna do that before we left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're a swoop bike gang, right? So could we not just Well, I'm not going to be looking about betting. I'm going to be looking about joining the gang. I feel like that's
okay.
the easiest way to get info. So
Okay. No, that's fair.
yeah.
This can only end well.
All right. Did
show.
anyone want to look up swoop bike info?
Sure.
Okay.
I will look up
Um,
some bike info.
Roll me a knowledge underworld difficulty 2.
Okay. Or I go into Aries' room and look at the posters on his walls.
No, because as we established, Ares doesn't actually follow swoop racing
Yet. He will now.
yet. He's been pretty convinced by some spectacular things. 2
So that's a
successes, 2
triumph,
threats, and a
2
triumph.
successes, and then, 2 threats.
Triumph.
Yeah. So Corey, you can find. You don't know any. The problem is that because the sport is technically illegal, no one gives the groups names. They mostly just go by their
Right.
colors and go by their symbols and go by their flags. But it's also the kind of illegal where you can walk into a reasonably unshady bar in an urban part of town and watch it on the holocrons that are actively playing. So yeah, you can find some recent games. It seems like this particular team, this green and gold team that Rerun's interested in, Chenguska's,
Right.
have not been doing well the past 3-4 years. You can find some speculation, but you can also find a lot of numbers that they're not doing exactly great. The red and yellow team that you also previously encountered is about 4th in overall rankings. You find a few names of prominent members of both of those groups.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything other specific you were looking for? I wasn't exactly sure what.
No, I think that probably. I mean, no, that should be enough to sort of get us off, and I will relay that information across.
Yeah, that should be good, I think.
All right.
Their team started going to shit when they got this droid on their team called X4QC.
I was gonna say, with that
this
standing,
reference specifically predates the Dallas Fuel, and I'm really hoping no one figures out what the reference is because I don't think I'm going to be allowed back in my home state if someone does.
Dragons. All right, let's go find us a contact.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So you head to the bar. It's easy enough to find. The front is covered. The front of the building is clearly painted in these green and gold colors. There's some particularly gaudy, vibrant green and gold curtains that section off the front area. It's a little dissonant from the Corellian architecture around it, which, as the images available to the players show, and the wiki for those of you who aren't in the game would show, Corellia tends to go for this very Romanish style of marbles with some colors in places, but a lot of white, a lot of what one might think of as core world architecture, but a little squarer, a little more columns and stuff like that. Especially where you are in Corellia right now. So it stands out that this building is not only painted, but painted pretty vibrantly. Seems to try and attract attention. In the window, there is a sort of neon sign saying the fortune teller is in basic.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess we go in and definitely don't want to just find her and hardline to her. Want to kind of act cool, give Corey and Powder time to get comfortable wherever they want to have a vantage point.
And if someone besides Avalara seems like a better contact, you can ignore her.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be looking for any gang member that looks open to conversation, you know, kind of has that inviting look to them.
Okay. So it's almost midday at this point when you enter the bar. The music is incredibly loud. So loud it's very hard to even hold a conversation with the person directly next to you. There are some variety of pulsing lights, two people dancing on a central stage. The bar is surprisingly packed for the time and the fact that there's no game currently on. You see one of the people that Kat would recognize as someone Alvad was bothering at the bar, a Weequay, a woman, and just throwing back a drink by the bar. There's a few sort of booths off to the side that seem to be a little more private and quieter. None of you ping her none of you see the girl you're looking for right when you walk in.
Rerun would not have gone in the front door. He would do the loop around the building thing that he did at the previous bar.
Sure.
Just to see what he can see on the outside and if there's any other entrances.
There does seem to be a staff entrance, and you also notice a small access door, presumably for our series droids.
Okay.
There's no surface parking.
Oh, well, that's going to save him some trouble. He'll check the astromech access panel, see if he can get in that way.
You can, but you'd have to hack it, essentially.
Oh, no. He could never.
All right, make me a computer's roll difficulty 2 with a setback die for encryption.
Spending a light side.
Oh, God.
He's competent at computers.
I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about me only having one light side point to work with.
2 successes, 4 threat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll use them on you, and then you'll have them back. That's how this game works.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes you a little longer than you'd like, but you open it up and sort of head in. And we'll get back to Rerun in a second.
Cool.
Corey, Powder, I believe you were going to find places in the bar to set up.
Yep. Corey
is gonna follow Corey's lead.
Okay. I believe the idea was for us to be at separate locations so we can keep an eye on things.
Okay.
Corey will just find Julian, are you more comfortable being up like somewhere public or like
somewhere off in the corner? Because those are probably the two best spots.
Okay. Powder's probably going to be like on the other side.
That was a direct question to Powder.
And it was an either or.
To which I got an okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Would you
Okay.
like A or B?
Please
Yes.
Actually,
So yeah, no, it's fine. So do you want to be somewhere that's off on the side or like sort of out in the open? Because those are probably gonna be our two best spots. Like a booth somewhere in the back, and then the bar.
Well,
Improv,
I
yeah.
think. I think me being at the bar would not be the best.
So you can do find somewhere sort of off on the side a bit. I'll sit at the bar and we'll just keep an eye on it. Cool.
Yeah, and
Do not get
assumably.
drunk again.
Oh, I'm glad someone said it. That's pretty funny.
I'm aware. Something. I'm just gonna sit there and not do anything. But no, I'm not gonna get drunk. So,
Yeah, I'd assume we're kind of ideally forming this like triangle where we're all kind of in view of each other would be the ideal
Yep.
situation. Yeah.
So Peter moves off to somewhere sort of on the side. Corey sits down at the bar, just orders something really just the equivalent of like a beer.
A light beer.
I need a beer. It's fine. Whatever.
the bartender
Off that.
will come over, get you a beer. Weren't you the girl who was knocking back Tahars last night?
Yeah. Nobody told me what that shit was.
Wait, are we at the same bar?
Apparently.
No, different
Okay.
bar. Distinctly different bar. This person seems to have been at the other place last night.
Oh, okay.
As he comes over, he's a bartender here.
Makes sense.
So yeah. I mean, no. Normally it'd be fun. Let me put it this way. I grew up on Nar Shaddaa. I was drinking alcoholic stuff from the point I was like 8. I just had no idea what that is because one of my friends is a dick.
Friend's got an inhuman liver.
Yep. But yeah, she will just post up there and make idle conversation, but is mostly just keeping an eye out.
Okay. Yeah. It's loud. It's really hard to like eavesdrop or overhear anyone, and that you
Right.
pick up on pretty quickly, especially given your background and where you grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, this is a loud place, and people are chatty and yelling at each other, and the constant thrum of the music means that almost any conversation you have would probably be fairly private.
Right.
The pulsing lights and the dancers are also pretty distracting.
It does suddenly occur to me that we did not think out this posting up in different locations well because we don't have any way to communicate with each other. But that's fine. We'll roll with it.
You guys
Oh.
never plan. None of the Final Show Films games ever plan competently.
Well, we had no idea knowing that music would be insanely loud, so like can't really plan for what you don't know.
I mean, no, but what were we gonna do if we saw something? Hey, Seal.
We have
Our comms.
it is space. We have comms, so you could just do
Yeah.
this.
That is, so we have established this in the game before. You can do this, but you're holding a small device, and it's not particularly subtle unless you have an implant,
Right.
Mhm.
which Seolo does.
I was gonna say, which Cielo does. So
For the rest of us, though, it's the equivalent of the cop on the shoulder. Right.
Yeah.
Gee, I wonder what that person's doing.
For Rerun, it also takes up his one arm.
Well, reruns are implanted.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes,
right,
I guess.
because you've done a whole bunch of mods to yourself. I remember.
Yes, I have.
So I guess
Yeah.
if the girl we were coming here for is not here, then I'll
Or
look.
rather, you don't see her immediately. No.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll look for her around.
Make me perception difficulty 3 as this, or difficulty 2 with 2 setback as this is a very busy environment.
An advantage.
With an advantage, you don't notice her. You notice that this bar caters to a much less much smaller portion human population than Corellia at large, or this city in particular, Corvella. But that's about all you get with advantage. So yeah, Corey, you're sitting you've all gotten set up. Ciolo, you sort of wait for a second. You don't see her come out immediately. Gonna go try and find someone?
I guess. I mean, I wouldn't really know who to look for, would I?
Rerun would have given you a physical description of her, but he wouldn't really have...
Yeah, you know what she looks like.
Yeah, I'm talking about somebody else. I mean, just someone in like a green gold jacket.
I mean, the bar itself flies the colors pretty openly, but you don't see tons of people who seem to be like wearing sporting gear.
Fair.
Yeah, then I guess I would wait on her. I don't have any other visual cues for literally anyone else but her, so...
Alright. So, yeah, you're just gonna take your drink and wait. So, at that point, I think we're gonna try and head to a break.
Okay.
Cool.
Then at this point, we will be back in a few minutes.
Okay. So, rerun.
Mm-hmm.
You roll in through the back entrance, which seems to lead into the employee section of the establishment, not surprisingly. You don't have visual, but you can hear a few people talking. The music is still notable, but it's much quieter in here. It seems that there's some sound dampening to the walls.
Okay.
You can hear... Look, if we just let things get better a little bit first, we'll be able to make a lot more off of this game. We just need to be patient, okay?
Do I recognize the voice?
No.
Okay.
There's a slight raspiness to it, like someone who Basic isn't quite designed for, but...
Okay. Rerun is just going to try and stay low profile, quiet as possible, look like he belongs, blend in, and just start kind of puttering about in a way that gets him sort of an idea of the layout of the place. So even if that's just like, oh, here's a thing that looks like it doesn't belong here, I'll go see if I can find where it needs to get put away, you know.
Okay. Make me just a general deception check.
Okay. What's my difficulty there?
Difficulty 3.
3. Oof. Okay. Fuck it. I'll just leave it as is. Woo! 2 successes and an
Nice.
advantage. Damn.
Nice.
There you go.
Would the restraining bolt, I know he's already rolled, but just for like my own knowledge, would that add any towards looking like a droid that's supposed to be there doing what they're supposed to be doing? Isn't that
It
kind of what
vastly
restraining
depends
bolt?
on the context. For
Okay,
example, in
okay.
the on an Imperial shuttle or something, it would probably be really weird to see a droid with a restraining bolt because most of their droids are not restrained by restraining bolts.
Gotcha.
They just have black paint jobs.
That's how you know they're evil.
Yeah, they have Empire. They are painted Empire colors. That's how you know that they're
Imperial black.
Yeah. The shiniest of blacks. Yeah.
But like
Powder
in this
is gunmetal
context,
gray.
it probably depends. Based on Rerun's experiences and the rest of the group's experiences with Chenguska, Chenguska's droids tend to be ones he has kidnapped, appropriated, that have restraining bolts.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So, Rerun, sort of as you start moving around, you don't attract that many eyes. You're able to pass it off as, I'm just a droid going about my droid things. You do notice a few things about the back area. It's a little more spacious than the rest of the bar, perhaps just because there's less people and the people back here aren't drinking. They're presumably working. You also notice that almost all of the people in the back here are Weequay, which is the sort of mummy-faced, for those who have seen Rebels, Hondo.
Hondo
is
Naka.
Yeah. Hondo Naka. And there's a few people sort of counting various coins. One man who's dressed up in quite a lot of it's not necessarily finery, but it is certainly some sort of ostentatious. There are strange feathers coming off in sort of a mohawk, and a lot of various colors and patterns that you can't recognize, but you can guess aren't actually representative of anything, but are supposed to give the sense of exoticism or something.
Yeah, that much must be this fortune telly fucker.
That would be the guess. And he will... I don't want to be patient. I was promised to pay last week. We keep on making a little bit here, a little bit there, but we never get off the ground quite enough that we'll be able to make the sale. Listen, I know this plan. This plan is a good one. It's just going to take some time. Yeah, you can tell that there is essentially a small lift that leads down. You're not sure to what. You can tell that off to the right there is the bar, or probably behind the bar of the bar, and a door that seems to lead out into the customer space.
Okay. I'm gonna check out that lift.
Okay. Yeah. Now that you're inside the building, it's easy enough to just operate the lift. You slide down. Down here, there are quite a number of swoop bikes. Most of them are marked in the green and gold colors. This seems to be some sort of parking lot or storage area. You can see a few people, including, what was the woman you met last night?
Avalara?
Avalara, thank you. Working on various bikes. You can see one or two other droids running around, potentially more just out of your sight range. It's hard to see things with these, because swoop bikes are not small.
Right. And I am short.
You are pretty short, and they do a decent job of obscuring your vision.
Okay. As soon as I get down there, and especially if I see Avalara, I'm immediately gonna just internal comms to Siolo. Found her, workshop garage underneath main structure. Investigating.
How am I supposed to get down there?
There's a pause, a little bit of silence. Tell someone you're an agent for a good mechanic who's looking for a job?
This is a lot of work for someone who may not even have the information we seek. We could piss off a lot of people.
I'm
no
planning
reason.
on it. And
Why?
for very good... Have you ever been enslaved?
Do you know what species I am?
Then you know that it's not pleasant.
Right.
And sometimes you go for some payback.
I also know that more lives other than yours are currently being held in this moment.
Yes, quite a lot of lives. If you work quickly, you'll be able to see some of them end. I'm busy now.
I love our droid.
So, just to clarify, I don't believe Powder or Corey would have been able to hear this because
No.
neither of you have internal comms.
Nope.
I sit at the bar and start drinking.
A distraction.
Okay.
As I do
I
not
look
plan
over
on...
I look over at Sayolo. All right.
Our astromech is currently about to do something very stupid, I assume. And I am not going to do a suicide mission for something that, isn't paying me. isn't aiding in my cause at all, isn't helping
Corey
me.
and Cielo, I'm going to need you both to make vigilance checks with
Yeah, I was gonna say
2
was there-
setbacks, 2 difficulty.
You step back.
And I'm upgrading both of those.
Okay.
Jesus. Okay. I guess we don't want us to succeed. Holy cow.
No,
okay.
I'm making it a challenge, and this is a place that it makes sense to use these
Yep.
points because
Oh,
fate is
100%.
working against you here.
Vigilance.
Hey, that just means that we wind up with more points on the light side.
Wow. When I fail hard.
Yeah, like yeah.
You don't go half measures on
Wow,
those.
I do not fuck
Sorry,
around.
I interrupted your conversation. You were saying.
So Corey listens calmly, nods a little bit, and is like, "All right, no, that's fair. I guess just, I mean, I'm not. I admit I'm new to this crew. I know you are too. But traditionally, the way I've understood crews to work, and by when I say the way I have understood crews to work, is seeing how groups that the boss have sent out have worked is, they've all got different agendas, and sometimes one person helps out with one thing, one time helps out with another. And it's sort of a give and take of favors and the like. So it might be remembered the next time that you got something you need to do.
Oh, really? And when will that come up?
That's a good question. When are you actually going to say, "Hey, there's something we need to do that's part of my goal"?
I've voiced that many times.
In
no one-
faces, though, it's like
But-
it's a
Here's the thing. I'm not going about doing. When we were just at a bar,
right.
waiting on someone,
Uh-huh.
now turning it into a suicide mission.
Okay. And she looks around, she's like, "Come with me," and she grabs his wrist, yanks off to. I'm assuming that there are bathrooms here.
Yeah.
One of the bathrooms, it doesn't matter who it's labeled for, because this is a bathroom.
Good. They're not labeled.
Okay. Because this is a bathroom on a bar, or in a bar where swoop bank gangs do stuff. So I'm assuming they are used to people getting drug off to bathrooms for a thing.
That's a fair
Yeah.
point.
It's a very fair
I mean, not usually around noon, but sure.
Well, on Tuesdays at noon.
Nobody's ever heard of a nooner? Anyways,
Yeah. It's noon somewhere.
Okay.
anyways, goes in, shuts the door. Okay, what's the suicide mission?
He said something about brought up slavery. He saw
Right.
You say that like that makes sense in these circumstances in this moment. It doesn't.
Blink, blink, blink. Okay.
Brought up if I came, I guess rerun is somewhere else. I'm assuming underground, based on the way he described his current location, and described what I kind of hinted at, watching people die if I came to his current location.
He's gonna kill people.
Right, which is going to turn this into a suicide mission. We are in a bar full of swoop bike gangs.
Okay, I acknowledge that perhaps Rerun is not thinking this through as clearly as one might. I feel like the slavery implication is pretty strong here. Okay, let me recap. There may have been things that have been missed. So my knowledge of what has been going on is we've been tracking down this Doug who enslaved Rerun into being part of his operation.
Got that. But the Doug is not here. We are not talking about the slaver. We're talking about this woman who, for all we know, may be just as innocent as any of us. We have no knowledge that this person is evil or bad. She may just enjoy swoop bites.
Dougs are not exactly subtle about how they treat
This woman is not a
droids.
Doug.
But she is part of Chengusa's group, right?
That doesn't make her evil.
We're going to have a conversation about morality and how it is just as evil to stand by and watch something happen as to do it later.
We are making assumptions she knows anything, though.
All
That's
right.
my point.
Yeah.
And the camera pulls back sort of through the bathroom door.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
To where there is an entire army of Chengusa's people, her weapons trained on the door, because he started this conversation at
Nope.
the bar.
Conversation doesn't seem to have been overheard. However, as this conversation starts, Powder, you're sitting on the other side of the bar, and or not the other side of the bar. You went to one of the booths, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're watching people go and move, and after a decent amount of time, you start to notice Corey and Ciolo talking about something. Make me a vigilance check, difficulty 2, with 2 setback die for noisy environment.
Okay. Setback die, remind me, are the
Black
squares?
squares.
Okay.
Squares on the negative side, if that helps more.
Yep.
Sorry, I forgot about the...
That's all right. Okay. Vigilance, 2 and 2. That is a failure and 2 threats.
I love how
Okay.
none of us are good at vigilance.
So,
I
as
know,
this
right?
conversation seems to get slightly more heated and confused, but before anyone's quite dragged up yet, Powder, you get the strong impression that, like, while people have sort of been moving around the bar, you now feel like you might be a little bit surrounded. One guy, a Weequay man, just slides up to sit next to you in the bar. Hello, my dear. Lovely to meet you.
Hello.
Might I get a name?
Stick your drill socket in his eye.
No. Powder will Powder will look at him. Hello. I am 2-1B.
Well, 2-1B. Yeah, I'm sure that it would be lovely to get to know each other a little better. Why don't you accompany me and my friends to the back a bit? We just have some things to talk about.
No, thank you.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. I don't think I was giving you a choice in that. Boss needs to see ya.
Who is the boss?
He'll introduce himself. He's very good at it.
He can come to me.
Yeah.
Get it, Powder?
And you see a blaster sort of sliding forward. Don't think you quite understand.
I am sorry. I have memory issues. Who are you?
And you sort of watch as your two allies pull away, with Corey leading Sayolo out of the room towards the restroom area. Great, accidentally playing your despair, by the way. And they're gonna shoot. Powder, do you have any armor?
Uh-oh.
Shit.
They're just gonna shoot out in the open at the
no.
bar?
Han
have-
did it.
Their bar.
Yeah, but it was like at a...
They're stun guns. They have stun settings.
Oh, goodness.
The droid that they're apprehending. Yes, they're just gonna shoot.
I have no armor. I mean, I have a spacesuit. That is the extent of anything that I've got.
I don't think you're currently wearing your spacesuit.
No, I think I'm only wearing the grab boots from the spacesuit.
So basically, Powder's been tramping around Corellia in nothing but a pair of Uggs.
Going thunk, 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 thunk.
Figure out with that many minions they have then a difficulty 1 because you're at short range. Wait, no, it's
If he's
Yeah.
like at the table with Powder, is that engaged or short range?
the minion group is firing from short range. Because they're a little too flamboyant to carry around tasers.
Taser's
Okay.
not
Yeah,
quite
that
as
hits.
intimidating.
Powder, you take... Wait. Crit on this weapon is 4, so... Okay, Powder. You take 13 strain damage?
Damn.
13 strain.
Yeah.
Oh. I have 1 strain left.
Okay. And roll for a critical wound.
How do I do that? Because I've never done it before.
So there's a criticals tab in your character sheet. There's a
Okay.
big roll critical button.
See it. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, that's rough.
yeah. All right.
That is.
But it only lasts until the end of this encounter, which is a good one. They all take off. Sort of all of these guys. The guy who was subtly pointing the gun at you, it aims up, and you notice that a lot of the people he had with him also had guns. And they all let off a shot.
Powder will just kind of hit the comm on their and just say, "Well, that was uncalled for," so that hopefully everyone will at least hear that.
Okay. This is your essentially action round. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Can I? Let me think. Can I try to hit the guy with the anesthetic? Poke him with a needle?
Yep. I believe that's a melee without any bonuses, is what we decided.
Yeah, I think we did it as engage brawl, I think is what we did last time. Because that's what I have in my weapons.
Mm-hmm. We'll say it's engaged brawl.
Okay. And that's just this little button, right?
Yeah, so...
Oh, I forgot. Is
You
it
got 2 extra
difficulty
setback in there.
Yeah, I was like, wait, I forgot about that. Is it difficulty?
So,
Let me-
you're not engaged with a melee weapon.
Yeah, I forgot to take the setbacks and stuff out of my thing, and then I didn't get a difficulty. Is it difficulty 2 or is it?
Yeah, I
And
think
I'm gonna
all-
upgrade this because I feel like you guys are gonna need the destiny points in a minute. Huh.
Probably.
I think all brawl melees are 2. I think.
Yeah. I think it's 2, and I'm just checking, but it should be 2, and then it really can't. Brawl or melee can't be used outside of its range band because.
Okay. So upgrade on the.
A little
left
hard
side.
to long distance a truncheon versus a sniper rifle.
This is true.
Unless you're that
Yeah.
fighter from Tekken, the one who could like shoot out his arms.
Yeah, melee
or
attacks
your
difficulties
character
are
from
always 2.
Nintendo's totally not a horror franchise arms.
Yeah. You're like
All
rubber
right, so
band.
you're spending a dark side, so I'm upgrading
Mhm.
thing. Difficulty 2. Let's see if this actually works this time. There we go.
So you sort of lunge
much
out
worse.
with the toxin, and he just sort of pulls back. Easy now. We just need to take you to the boss. You gonna come? How more do we need to take you to him?
Again with the comms active, so that everyone else can hear. Asking twice would have been nice instead of just attacking.
And I'm running back.
And then Powder
Um,
will get up.
Yeah. So we will get to Cielo in a moment. We find that. Come on. And he'll sort of grab Powder by the shoulder and escort you towards the main area.
Just for my own edification, how tall is this person?
A reasonable height. We are about the same height as humans.
Okay.
Sometimes a little taller because these
Yeah,
ones.
it's not a species that I know. So
About the same height as a human man would be, I guess.
okay, that's fine. No, I was just trying to figure out because as a robot, I'm like 5'8", so I'm just trying to figure out, like, is this dude like really tall, really short, that sort of thing. Okay.
He's not very tall, but he has a
Oh.
lot of muscle backing him up right now.
Yeah.
It's a Star Wars bar scene. Someone's gonna get shot.
Yep. And hey, it
Hey,
was only
you know?
strain damage.
Yeah.
Or have their arm cut off. One of the
Yes, one of the two.
Did the rest of the crowded bar react at all?
Don't seem to be too concerned about it. Everyone looks up when there's a gunshot, but noticing what's sort of seeming to recognize some of the people involved, they just seem to go back to chatting and partying and stuff. And yeah, so about at the point we were at in your sort of conversation back and forth, Ciolo, you sort of start to hear that. Because I assume you kept your comm essentially on.
Yeah, my comm is pretty much internally always on. Yeah, the moment Powder, turns it on and I hear conversations with someone else, if we didn't hear the gunshot, or the laser, pew, yeah, I'd
Sorry,
book
the
it
laser
back
what?
in there. Pew! That's what they sound like, right? Pew pew!
The stun ones sound a little more weird, but yeah, essentially.
Yeah, I book it. I book it in back into the main bar area with
Yep.
my gun drawn.
Okay. By the time you arrive back in,
Hold on, have a second. It looks like Twitch. The video has frozen.
Let me look.
The audio is still fine, but the video is frozen.
Let me cycle that real quick.
Sorry.
yay, tech issues.
Yay.
Let me look at Skype. Okay.
There we
There it
go.
Okay. Yep. A little bit of a hiccup there. Sorry, guys.
All right.
Sorry
So
about that.
as you run back into the bar, Rerun, you also hear this snippet of conversation from below, but we'll get to what you've been doing in the interim.
Okay.
And that is where we're going to end it for this week.
Well,
All
alrighty
right.
then.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see y'all later. Say goodbye, everybody.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.